Hello, this is Patricia Brooks, and this is Courage Concept number 79. Obstacles are a fact, not a force. When we are working to reach a goal, we will run into obstacles. It's a fact. But if we don't see that as the case, if we see them as forces meant to hold us back, we will struggle. When we recognize that there will be challenges that will need to be overcome, then we are more open to opportunities around the obstacle. I remember several months before I moved to France, I was looking for an apartment online, and I'd found one that met the bill. The apartment owner said it was available. I started to apply for it. He said he wanted to rent it to me. And then a few days later, he came back to me saying that he was getting ready to sell instead, and that it would no longer be available. And I was crushed because I needed to have this apartment for an entire year so that I could fulfill the visa requirements. And so I saw this obstacle not as a fact, but as a force that was meant to hold me back. I saw it as, perhaps I'm not really meant to move to France. And for the next week or so, I did nothing in my plans to move abroad. I resigned myself to the fact that, this isn't going to happen for me. But over the course of that week, I was reminded about how dissatisfied I was with my current life situation and why I had set the goal to move to France in the first place. I wanted more adventure in my life. I wanted greater challenges in my life, and I wanted to become fluent in French. And my current situation would not get me to that place. And so I picked myself up, dusted myself off, and redoubled my effort in order to find an apartment. I started to treat that obstacle as a fact and not a force to hold me back. Now, I think it's important to recognize that obstacles will come our way, especially when we're working to a big goal. I think it's also important to recognize that if you're experiencing a lot of obstacles, one right after the other, right after the other, right after the other, and it feels hard for you to work toward your goal, that might be a sign that it's time for you to step back and reassess your approach to reaching your goal. Oftentimes when we are experiencing lots of obstacles, one right after the other, it's a sign that we are pushing or forcing something to be a certain way, that perhaps we need something to happen in a certain time frame. Perhaps the outline of your project plan has to happen exactly as you laid it down, and it's not. And so you're forcing things to be a certain way. When you step back, you can ask yourself the question, what am I failing to notice here? And when you allow that answer to come to you, you can see another way to reach your goal that you might not have thought about, that might veer away from the exact plan that you had set out for yourself, but it will get you to where you want to go in a simpler fashion. Or perhaps you have set this time frame that is not realistic. Maybe other things need to line up before it can happen. And so giving yourself a little more time to allow that to happen will free you up to not force so much and allow things to flow more easily. Obstacles are a fact, not a force to hold you back. Remember this the next time that you come upon an obstacle, and ask yourself what ways you can work around this obstacle in order to achieve your goal. Ask yourself, where is the opportunity in this obstacle, and move forward to reach your dreams. That is all I have for you today. I will see you again next time. Bye for now.